In today's world obsessed with efficiency and the constant pursuit of more, we are confronted with a disturbing phenomenon, the productivity paradox. Despite unprecedented access to time-saving technology and the cult of constant busyness, many of us feel like we are working more than ever before, but achieving less. This phenomenon manifests itself in chronic feelings of overload, declining quality of work, burnout, and a general feeling of constantly running but not moving forward. This is seeing unlimited greatness. The productivity paradox forces us to rethink not only our work habits, but also our very definition of productivity. In an age of constant distractions, multitasking, and information noise. The roots of the paradox: technology, distraction, and mindset. Technology originally promised us freedom from routine, shorter workdays, and increased efficiency. However, in practice, they often have the opposite effect. Let's look at the main factors underlying this paradox. Always-on availability. Smartphones, laptops, and constant access to the internet have erased the boundaries between work and personal life. Emails and messages arrive around the clock, creating the illusion of the need to be always on and respond immediately. This leads to constant mental switching and the inability to truly switch off from work. Information overload. The flow of information from social networks, news feeds, instant messengers, and endless browser tabs creates a constant distraction. The brain is forced to process a huge amount of unrelated data, which depletes cognitive resources and reduces the ability to concentrate deeply. The cult of multitasking. A widespread misconception that performing several tasks at once increases efficiency. In fact, research shows that the brain is not capable of performing two cognitively complex tasks at the same time. It only quickly switches between them. Each context switch requires energy, increases the likelihood of errors, and reduces overall productivity. Social pressure and the cult of busyness. Society has ingrained the idea that being busy means being important and successful. People feel the need to show that they are busy, even if it does not lead to real results. This creates a vicious cycle. The more we show that we are busy, the more tasks fall on us. The illusion of progress. We often confuse activity with productivity. Replying to numerous emails, attending endless meetings, or creating long to-do lists can make us feel like we are doing something, even though these actions do not always lead to meaningful results. Ineffective meetings and communications. Endless calls, chats, and emails that could often be replaced by a clear document or email waste valuable time and do not bring real value. How the paradox affects us. The consequences of the productivity paradox go beyond simply decreased productivity. Burnout. Constantly feeling overwhelmed, unable to recover, and feeling like your efforts are pointless leads to chronic stress, exhaustion, and burnout. This manifests itself in cynicism, lack of motivation, and physical discomfort. Decreased quality of work. Trying to fit more tasks into less time inevitably leads to superficial work, more mistakes, and less innovation. We simply don't have time to mature to truly break through ideas. Work-life imbalance. Blurring the boundaries between the professional and personal spheres leads to deteriorating relationships with loved ones, health problems, lack of sleep, sedentary lifestyle, and a loss of joy in life outside of work. Loss of focus and strategic thinking. Constantly switching between tasks, firefighting modes of work prevent us from focusing on long-term goals and thinking deeply about strategic development, leaving us in the firefighting mode rather than creating. The path to true productivity, rethinking, and mindfulness. Overcoming the productivity paradox requires changing not only the way we work, but also our fundamental attitude about what it means to be productive. Prioritize deep work, focused work on one task for an extended period of time, without distractions. This requires creating special conditions, such as setting aside deep work blocks in your schedule, and protecting your time from interruptions. Mindful attention management. Instead of allowing external stimuli to control your attention, learn to consciously direct it to the most important tasks. Mindfulness and meditation practices can help train this attention muscle. Set clear boundaries, set work hours and stick to them. Turn off notifications, don't check work email outside of work hours, and create physical and mental barriers between work and rest. It's important to communicate these boundaries to your colleagues and loved ones. Focus on results, not busyness. Measure your productivity by the meaningful results you achieve, not by the number of hours you spend or the number of small tasks you complete. Ask yourself, what really moved me forward today/this week, and focus on high-impact activities. Delegate and say no. Learn to delegate tasks that others can do, and say no to anything that doesn't align with your priorities or add value. No is a powerful tool for protecting your time. Regular breaks and recovery. Rest is not a luxury. It's a necessity for productivity. Taking short, regular breaks throughout the day, e.g., the Pomodoro technique, and taking proper rest outside of work hours, sports, hobbies, walks, helps your brain recover and maintain high concentration. Optimize communication. Reduce the number of meetings. Make them more focused. Set clear agendas and timings. Use asynchronous communication methods, email, dedicated project work platforms, instead of instant messages for non-urgent issues to avoid interrupting colleagues. Digital hygiene. Regularly conduct a digital detox by disconnecting from gadgets and social media. Clear your devices of unnecessary notifications and apps. Create a distraction-free environment for key tasks. The culture of measured productivity and the future of work. At the organizational level, the productivity paradox is often exacerbated by a culture that rewards measured productivity through the number of hours spent online or the number of emails answered, rather than through real, quality results. It is important for leaders to rethink performance metrics, shifting the focus to goal achievement and employee well-being. Creating conditions for deep work, encouraging rest, and clearly defining priorities should be an integral part of the corporate culture. The future of work requires not just using new technologies, but rethinking the way we work. This means developing skills in self-management, self-discipline, and making conscious choices in the face of constant information noise. Those who learn to effectively manage their attention and distinguish true productivity from the illusion of busyness will be the ones who truly succeed in the 21st century. Overcoming the productivity paradox is not about working less, but about working smarter and more consciously, with a greater focus on quality and well-being, which ultimately leads to more meaningful results, less stress, and a greater sense of meaning and satisfaction in life. Emotional intelligence and productivity. An important but often overlooked aspect of productivity is emotional intelligence. The ability to recognize and manage your own emotions, as well as understand the emotions of others, directly affects our effectiveness. Stress, anxiety, and feelings of overload reduce cognitive abilities, lead to hasty decisions, and impair teamwork. Developing emotional intelligence allows you to better cope with stress, avoid burnout, build healthier work relationships, and, as a result, increase real, sustainable productivity. The ability to listen to yourself and your emotional needs becomes as important a skill as time management.
If you'd like to support the channel and help us keep pushing forward, there are links in the description where you can donate. Every contribution helps us reach more people, do more good, and keep this mission alive. There's also a store down below where you can grab something for yourself, or even better, a gift for someone you care about. It's a simple way to spread love and let someone know they matter. We're all just trying to grow, to become better, to rise above the noise and step into who we're really meant to be. And I truly believe change is possible, the kind of change that creates a ripple effect and helps others see the beauty still left in this world. This channel is about real growth, real transformation, and I'm here to give you a front row seat to what that looks like. Raw, honest, and grounded in purpose. God is within all of us, and my goal is simple: to reflect that light as clearly and powerfully as I can, for you and for the world around us.